Don't worry about this, it's not that bad. I just gotta be nice to it in rehab or my new band ain't gonna play here next year. So, be warned. And looking around the past few days, once again, it really brings home to me just how rabidly anti-democratic the Democratic Party really is. Look at all the barriers everywhere. They've spent $50 million on so-called security just to make sure that people like Iraq veterans against the war who marched on the Pepsi Center after Rage Against the Machine had a nice round of police ready to beat the crap out of them so they couldn't deliver a very diplomatically written letter to Barack Obama to end the war. They even closed off the park in the Civic Center. What are they so afraid of? Dump trucks blocking the roads? That doesn't cost $50 million. Who pocketed the other $49 million? That's what I want to know. Tomorrow night they're blocking off I-25 for 4 hours. They've gone so overboard, I'm kind of half hoping that they've gone to such extremes that Obama speaks to an empty Invesco field. What are they so afraid of? That somebody's going to throw a pie at Nancy Pelosi for being so spineless? Are they afraid somebody will point out to Hillary Clinton that that pantsuit she had on last night is the same color as prison uniforms? And jack-o'-lanterns? And point out that here it was her job to get all the women so inspired that we might finally get a woman president to rally behind Obama, and she did not mention reproductive choice once in her whole speech. Do they really want to win at all here, or is it like Gore and Kerry and Michael Dukakis and throwing everything away? Well, we've got once again, deal makers instead of leaders. Deal makers instead of leaders, like Pelosi, and even worse example, Ken Salazar. Bad enough Obama voted for the Patriot Act, as did Salazar. He even voted for the Military Commissions Act to legalize torture and secret trials and kidnapping innocent people out of one country and torturing them in another. He must be opposed next time he's up for election. Torture is not okay. Ever. What Ken Salazar voted to legalize and John Salazar voted to legalize is all the same things our ancestors fought so hard in World War II to stop the Nazis from doing. There is no middle ground on torture. Torture is not American. It is not okay. And I know a lot of people in this room may well vote for Obama. This is a swing state. And sure, he's slightly better than McCain. Slightly. But if he gets in, if Mark Udall, who also voted to legalize spying in that FISA bill, the same spying that got Nixon run out of office on a rail, don't give them a free pass. We're not going to go to sleep like when Bill Clinton got elected. This time, blowtorch up your rear end the entire time you're in power. You're offering change, hope, la-di-da, hope. I know somebody who had the audacity to misuse people's hope, and his name was Bill Clinton. We will not be Clinton again. You want change? Okay. We're here to ask you, what are you going to do to end the war on drugs? What are you going to do to repeal the Patriot Act, all of it, and flush it down the toilet like it belongs? What are you going to do right now, while Bush is still president, to spread the word in this country? All of you, become the media. The British Guardian, the greatest paper I know of in the English language, reported that there's a new kind of torture going on. Bush's people are kidnapping people from other parts of the world and torturing them on ships in the Indian Ocean. Right now. What are they going to do to stop that? What are you going to do to not only end the military occupation of Iraq, but the economic occupation of Iraq now? Not 2009, not 2010, not 2011, now! Iraq is not ours to sell. And, listen up. April 2004, an organization of over 50 Islamic countries called the Islamic Conference Organization, the ICO, had a meeting. They're bigger than the Arab League. It's all the way from West Africa to Southeast Asia, all the Islamic countries. Had a meeting, and they offered to pony up 150,000 of their own troops to replace ours, and we could have gone home. In 2004, Islamic troops from Pakistan and Indonesia, Malaysia, Bangladesh, Morocco, and Yemen, they were the ones who offered. We could have gone home. Who slams the door on that one but Colin Powell, because they wanted to be commanded under the United Nations instead of Americans. That idea is worth revisiting to bring peace to Iraq. And what are you going to do after that to not do like Bill Clinton did and let bygones be bygones, so the criminals in the Reagan-Bush administration came back, and a Coultergate criminal is now Secretary of Defense. This time, what are you going to do to prosecute every single person in the Bush administration who broke the law and send them to prison? Even if Bush, as many expect him to, is going to pardon all the war criminals and the torturers and Alberto Gonzales and the rest of them right before he leaves office, that doesn't pardon him, does it? Nor does it prevent us from arresting people like Donald Rumsfeld, David Addington, Dick Cheney, and the whole crew of neo-Nazis, Neanderthals, and sending them to The Hague to be prosecuted as war criminals when the inevitable arrest warrants are issued from other countries. And finally, everybody talks, what are we going to do about the economy? Oh, we got to stimulate the economy. Here's $300. Go to Walmart, please. But the only thing that went up was people trying to pay off their credit card bills, and apparently there was a rise in sales in porno stores after those checks arrived. What better way to stimulate the economy than when people have money to buy stuff again? That means living wage, rent control, and free health care for all as a basic human right. And as sick as we are of the puffy, not just Fox News, but all the wannabe Fox Newses, don't hate the media, become the media, spread the word about opening the debates, and spread the word about this one too. If you know somebody whose home is getting foreclosed on, or somebody's who worried about that, what would happen if first 10, then 20, then 100, then 1,000, then 10,000 people whose homes were being foreclosed on refused to leave? This happened in the 1930s. There were organized groups of rolling brigades who would all protect each other's houses. They're doing this in Boston right now, a group called City Life. They call the neighbors, they call the media, and they block the banks, and they're winning. The banks are so scared of the humiliation they're giving up. That's why we should not give up. We are tired of having our freedom fried. We will not be Bill Clinton again. Thank you.